Hello everyone, today I want to tell you 10 short talk on weather. Number 1. Firstly, the speaker said, that day the sun was shining and it would be very warm. Next, the warmth continued the following day and finally no chance of rain. Number 2. Firstly, the speaker said, late that night they could expect showers. And finally, that rain was clear by the following afternoon. Number 3. Firstly, the speaker said there was slight chance of rain that afternoon, and finally, possibly turning to snow by evening. Number 4. Firstly, the speaker said that day had been the hottest day on the record. However, since the winds had been very strong that day, it hadn't been uncomfortable. It hadn't been a difficult comfort day. Number 5. Firstly, the speaker said, at 2 o'clock that afternoon, the temperature at the airport was 25 degrees Celsius, and that was uncommonly warm for that time of year. However, no one complained. Number 6. Firstly, the speaker said, clear sky would be welcome relief after the day before thunder showers. Next, it would be a bit warmer than the day before, and the temperature would remain cool throughout the day. And finally, the speaker suggested watching out for more rain and colder temperature the following day. However, no snow yet. Number 7. Firstly, the speaker suggested putting away those umbrellas because the clouds were gone. Next, the speaker suggested going outside and enjoy the sunshine that day. And finally, the speaker said it looked like they had a full week option and no more rain expected until after the weekend. Number 8. Firstly, the speaker said our local beaches were closed for the weekend due to the dangerous winds. Next, in addition to the winds, the weather would remain cloudy all weekend, and the temperature would fall below freezing. And finally, there was a slight chance of snow after midnight. Number 9. Firstly, the speaker said that day high temperature of 75 degrees Celsius for that time of year. Next, the record high for that day was 90 degrees and the record low was 55 degrees. After that, what was not average was the unusual amount of rain they had that fall. And finally, the speaker said they were all happy to see that day clear weather and hope the sunshine continue always. Number 10. Firstly, the speaker said that had been the rainiest spring ever, with a record rainfall the week before of 5 inches. Next, the rain continues that day and through the rest of the week. Then, they would have cloudy sky all weekend. And finally, the speaker suggested not worry, because the summer sunshine and clear skies were just around the corner. Number 11. Firstly, the speaker said the pollen count hit the record high that day, and it had been last that high 10 years ago. Next, the lack of precipitation had caused the pollen to remain in the air longer, and that means millions of area residents would have difficulty breathing and would experience symptoms similar to a cold or bronchitis. After that, no new rain was expected for the next 2 weeks, and though affected was advised to stay in air-conditioned environment and wear a protective mask when outside, and finally, the following day the count would be even higher. Number 12. Firstly, the speaker said, cyclone's language impeded communications between the islands that day and next. That condition unexpected at that season, and would prevail for the next 36 hours. And finally, the National Coastal Protection Agency warned all boats, regardless of size, to remain in port. Number 13. Firstly, the speaker said, showers and thunderstorms have been scattered over the Pacific Next, Northwest, while the central and southern Pacific coast continue to enjoy fair skies. After that, pleasant as the sunshine was, the southern region could use the weather of its northern neighbor, and finally, it had gone 3 months without any precipitation. Thanks for your watching.